Face reveal. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. It is a Thursday night. I am a screaming kobold. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I used to be. I'm still screaming. I'm a wyvern. Okay. Well, that's it for tonight. Let's just go ahead and give up now and get drunk. Actually, I can still stream and do that. So that's not a good excuse. I need to move my camera over to the other side. I swear. Naturally look that direction, and yet I have the camera set up over there. So not really working as intended. Okay. For the purpose of the streaming, let's try that again. It is a Thursday night. I am a Screaming Wyvern, and this is Retro RPG Thursdays, whereupon I have, for the last several weeks, couple of months, yes, that sounds about right, been playing a variety of ye old school revival style role playing games. Specifically, in some cases. Oh, no, wait, there was a 3-week period where I was just, using the time to prep for some Pathfinder stuff. But I'm allowed to do that. Very few people actually watch me live, so I could just go ahead and do Hearthstone and chat with the few people, who do show up. Hello! Speaking of the devil, the point is, I'm hearing an echo. I think it might just be someone listening to something completely different in another room, but it was confusing. The point is, tonight I am on episode 4 of doing a solo dungeon crawl classic role-playing game, the Hounds of Halthrag Keep. And last week, we had, what was it, 2 people actually escape in an extremely underwhelming way, according to the game. Although, frankly, I'm thinking that the people who escaped were not feeling it was that awkward at all. Then we had 2 people get absolutely vaporized by the goddess of justice because they were chaotic, judgmental. Oh wait, no, that's right. Justice would be judgmental, wouldn't it? And something happened to a third person, which I have wiped from my mind. So tragic was it. So now we have moved on to a new area where I stopped it just before I rolled for the wandering monster. So let's go ahead and jump over to that. This gloomy landing is essentially an area where a jailer managed his charges. An upturned card table lies here, and a large iron cauldron has been unseated from a fire pit and rolled willy-nilly into the middle of the landing. Empty water bottles and crates marked hardtack and mutton jerky lie in an alcove to the east, but they have been emptied long ago. The whole area is littered with toys. Apparently, a young boy plays with tin soldiers and jacks around here, but if he lives here, you don't see him at the moment. So, let's go ahead. I rolled my lucky wandering monster roll and came up with Cliff Racer. I figured I had it easy last time. Why don't I go ahead and, make it a little more exciting for myself? So as you can see over on the side, we have 2 Cliff Roosters. I still don't know if we have a copyright infringement going on or not, but I'm amused by the fact that it is very definitely listed as a cliff racer. Where is that thing? There it is. So yeah, it's a cliff racer here. Definitely our beloved Morrowind staple. One of three things that stops me from going back and playing Morrowind, and we're going to pretend that the lack of fast travel is not on that list, even though it very much is. I will never forget the sound they make. It's part of me. And if I got copyright struck for that, it was worth it. But the cliff rooster is a noxious avian creature that infests the limestone cliffs of the island of Krelg, upon which Halthrag Keep sits like a crown. They are known to flock around wounded creatures. I will give you the memories. Flock around wounded creatures, attacking from above, delaying progress, and causing much consternation. You cannot flee from this bird-like creature and must fight it. So, because I am a bastard to my own characters, I have gone ahead and given me 3 to deal with. Roll the initiative. What happened? Roll the initiative. Thank you. Oh, they both get to go ahead and go first. Lucky, lucky cliff roosters. Okay, so I think we'll just go ahead and keep it random and roll a 1d3. And that comes to a 3 despite what it said on the screen. So Cliff Rooster 1 is going to go ahead and target Mr. Sandy. Mistress Sandy. We'll pretend I didn't say that, except not really. They go ahead and make their beak attack. And oh no. Is Sandy wearing a shield? Inventory. She has a hat on. That's not going to help. If there's no shield, this attack inflicts +4 damage. I think we can probably go ahead and kiss Sandy goodbye, but so yeah, we rolled a 4. It was another 4 damage. So Sandy is a no more. Go ahead and remove her from the list. But must remember that the other 2 can loot her stuff. So Cleo is the lucky winner of another beak attack. Ooh, at least it's not nearly as bad as the previous effort. Ignoring the fact that poor Cleo has 1 hit point. Okay, Cleo has survived. Good job, Cleo. So I'm a terrible person. Probably should not have made things worse for my poor little people. Do I have an offense? No. Let's go ahead and open up Buck's inventory. Let's see. I can throw the knife or I can stab the knife. I'm definitely going to go ahead and stab the knife. That would be a bad idea. Oh, nice. A 19. And we're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Chicken guts, it's worth it, I swear. Okay. Well, Buck managed to take a chunk out of the rooster, so let's see if Cleo can follow up. Cleo has the crossbow. We're not going to worry about if there's supposed to be any kind of close range stuff or not. She goes ahead and fires her crossbow and unfortunately rolls slightly lower than is necessary to hit our friend, which means we still have 2 flying friends. So let's see. Cliff Rooster 1 just took out our 3rd character, so no reason why he wouldn't go after Buck. Buck, who doesn't have many hit points. I think we're going back to the beginning. Cliff Rooster number 2. If you miss, then all is okay for our party. Well, that is the way of things. Okay, so let me go ahead and make a note here on 93 that, alas and alack, who did we have here? We had Cleo, Buck, and Sandy. Died here. So that a later adventurer, may find them and loot their stuff. So go ahead and clear things out. Spend a moment to mourn. And then nothing to do but move on to the next people. So let's see. Buck is no more. Poor Buck. Chevy is fine. Clear, of course, is deceased. Coin. I thought we lost Coin. Yeah. Coin is deceased. Ellis the Mudlark is fine. Fleet, we remember, died. Yes, I'm randomly choosing dead and deceased. There's no actual meaning for this decision. These things just happen. Harry? I don't think. Marty? Okay, yeah. Nettie died. Which is a shame because she had amazing stats. Robin. Oh yeah, Rock and Robin. We had a beautiful pair of matched souls. Yeah, I know. I know some of the character sheets are hiding underneath the story, but That's fine, I say. Okay. Sandy is dead. Very recently. Ty, um, Ty has not been out yet, and Tyler has not either. Okay. So, it's time to go ahead and make some lovely notes here. Okay. So, first off, Ty and Tyler, Marty and Harry, Ellis, and Chevy. That's our remaining 6 characters. And you know what happens if they all die? That's right. I need to roll a lot more new peasants. And that's fine. Is that the combat tracker? I didn't mean to put them on the combat tracker. I need to put them into the party sheet first. Not that anyone can see the party sheet because it's hiding underneath the book, but party sheet it is. Oh, look at me, I'm a party sheet. Okay, no one cares. Now, slightly more importantly, it's time to change unsurprising deaths from its current lovely 12 to 15. And 2 escapes. Do I care that that's over there? Look, I have a time counter. Wait, what am I moving? Oh, okay. The time counter can go over my shirt. That's a perfectly valid place for it. All right. So that means number 1, I'm not going to make things more exciting in the future because that's just mean. And number 2, we return to the start. So, let's go ahead and just summarize it. Number 1, all these lovely people are trapped. Number 2, they are sent into the keep to try and bring back space rocks. 3, they are given a journal and a bottle demon, which is the game's way of saying, yes, I know you remember these things. Number 4, they tell you to run very fast, and you have the choice of attacking them or running towards the gatehouse. I should set that up for next week. I should absolutely set that up for next week. That's the 19th, so nothing stopping me from that evening. But for now, we run towards the gatehouse, and that brings us to the gatehouse of Halthrag Keep. Except that's already been looted, so let's go to 116. Okay, stay a while, stay forever. So, time. Time is reset to 0. Okay, so this group gets to run across its first wandering monster. I'll go ahead and make sure I keep track of the fact that we're starting in 116. Let's see how our party does. Okay. I know that I just said that I'm not going to make it harder for anybody, but I feel like it's time to accept that it's probably getting pretty late. So we're actually going to go ahead and reset the time counter to 30 because we haven't seen all the things that are happening at nighttime. So instead of rolling a nice 12-sided die, we are going to go ahead and do a d20 and see what they run into from there. 11. 11 provides us with a closet. 38. A malicious little closet prances around here, its prehensile tail whipping to and fro. NPCs. Closet. I stole the picture from somewhere else, so we have an actual lovely little closet in the cute. Okay, so once again, we go into the menu, we go into initiative, and we roll all the initiatives, and once again, the quest. Are we actually changing the numbers? Okay, yeah, we can change the number. But he was first, so we're gonna stick that way. Okie dokie. I see no reason why the closet isn't going to go into a specific order. Um, let's see how the party's parlay would go. That's personality. Ellis. Ellis actually has a personality at +2. So I need a 15. Let's go ahead and see if Ellis can make that. So we are looking for a personality roll of 15 or higher. That is 15 or higher. The Quasit is a vain and deceitful creature. If your party roll parlay roll succeeds, it will let you live and give you a gift of a lodestone. The lodestone takes up 3 slots in your inventory. You can never get rid of it unless you can give it to another creature or character. And it reduces your saves and agility. So that all sounds lovely. Maybe we shouldn't have done this. Okay. I need to go ahead and create that. So lodestone. Shiny hematite chunk. Type, we'll go ahead and call it a treasure. I think that's what our types are. Except for this treasure. Okay. I did misspell that. Treasure. The weight is going to be 3. all saves at -1, agility -3. Cannot be dropped or lost. Can be used to bribe creatures. So was that a good idea? No, of course not. But I might as well get the entire experience. Let's see here. Get my lodestone, and should I give that to Ellis, or have Ellis go ahead and give it to someone else? I think he's going to want to go ahead and give it to Tyler the Tailor, because that's just beautiful. Lodestone. Okay. Now, do I have a good way to penalize? Okay, strength damage. That's perfect. 3 agility damage. Nope, that's temporary. And can I do -1, -1, and -1? Okay. Just have to remember to take that off if Tyler can ever get rid of the lodestone. So that puts us back, Ellis, and back to 116. Okay, so that was our first time counter up. Nope, we're gonna go ahead and leave that at 3. That's absolutely fine. So we can go to the decrepit tower to the north. We can go to the wrong book. We can go eastward into the main area, or we can try and squeeze to the southern wall. Based on the journal, we know not to do that. I think we'll go ahead and head back to the stuff so that I can check on this stuff. Good. Yeah, we have lost all the stuff. Should have handed it over to some of the people. Boo-boo. Narrowstone alley to the north, the base of a decrepit tower. Let's go ahead and head up to entry 13. This is a narrow stone corridor between the northwestern outer wall and a stout stone building. The outer wall is too high to reach, and even standing upon a crumbling interior, you cannot find purchase. However, if we happen to have a grappling hook, which we do not, which pretty much ends that statement right there. So that was thrilling. Okay, back to the gatehouse. That's why I can't remember what there is there. Okay. I'm going to pretend it's too soon to check that again. So we're going to, or the Wandering Monster again. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 262 and the main entryway, because we're going to have a Wandering Monster here anyway, so why not? This is the western courtyard of Halthrag Keep. A thick layer of dust obscures the bones of many dead warriors. There is a Cyclops, he has a club, yada yada yada. Okay. The time counter goes up by 1. Okay. The unsurprising death counter may go up by 1. We'll see. Random encounter table number 2, page 2. Roll that die and get a 10. A 10 is an imp. First, it's a quasit, just a kind of an imp. And then it's an imp, which is kind of a quasit. So, kind of loop thing there. 36, a fuzzy little imp, sharp of tooth and claw and hungry for your blood. The imp is small, but fast and persistent, shrugging off attacks that would lay strong men low. We can flee if we're able to make a DC 14 intelligence check. Intelligence is Harry's strong point, Ty's strong point. It wouldn't be too impossible, but let's go ahead and hope for the best, because the last time we tried to get clever, we ended up with a extremely heavy rock. If you're waiting for me to make a Charlie Brown reference, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so give everyone a chance at an... Okay, I'm going to go ahead and re-roll that because for goodness sake, let's have somebody, anyone, have a chance to go first. Okay, so it is Ellis's turn, our hero of the moment before. What are you armed with, Ellis? Make sure that I've got that on the screen. Groovy. You have a trowel. You could throw your trowel at +1, but let's just go ahead and try the good old-fashioned stabbing. And a 7 is not enough to hit the imp. Next up is Marty. Marty hails from the Tombstone Carver Guild. Marty needs to target the imp for the rolls to show up properly. And Marty has a chisel that he's using as a mace. That doesn't necessarily make perfect sense, but we're going with it anyway. Oh, a 19. It looked like it wasn't going to be anything impressive, but then it rolled beautifully. Okay, 1d6, but his strength means that he doesn't have all the push he could. Let's see how it goes. It goes just fine. That is a deceased imp. So, the imp has a treasure of 2. That is a good number. So, we will scroll back to our tables and charts. Randomly generated treasure and items. And our first item is 37. 3 torches. Not terrible stuff. Because they're in many places. Darkitude. Inventory. Torches. 3. Okay. Second treasure is 94. That is a very impressive number. A shoddy pistol. Yeah, we have seen this one before. So yeah, it's a pistol. It is likely to fail miserably, and there's no shot or powder yet. So woohoo. That's fine. We continue. 62. Is that right? 62. Yes, that is absolutely right. Okay. They can search with a DC 15 luck check. Is that promising for anyone? So nobody has a bonus to luck. Chevy, let's go ahead and pull up this wonderful luck score. Yeah, Chevy is a luck of 3, so he should not be doing any luck checks. So we're not going to go ahead and search. Okay. We can go west to the gatehouse. West. West is this way. That would be going back the way you came. Stout building to the north with an open door. That was the barracks. The walls of the inner keep and the low tower are visible to the east. The ruined kitchen is to the southwest. And then there is a way to the low tower close to the outer wall. Now we know a lot about what to expect here from the past experiences. I think, let's see, what do we have here? We have a Fletcher, a Mudlark, a Coiffeur, a tombstone carver, a rag picker, and a tailor. The kitchen does not seem like the strongest place to go here. South building to the north with a miraculously intact open door that's been opened and closed a few times. The walls of the inner keep and the low tower to the east. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and head back to the low tower. 36. Check a turn box on the timekeeping portion of the character sheet. You betcha. Okay. A furious cawing as from angry crows, but it's more of a screeching sound. Comes from the high red top tower to the north. The walls of the inner keep stand before you. Its entryway destroyed. The hinges are miraculously unrusted but twisted, as if by a great force. The splintered wood spreads out from the doorway into the inner ward, where piles of bones and rusted armor and weapon lies strewn about. A trail through the dust goes south to around a low tower in the southern portion of the wall. That would be where we just came from, wouldn't it? 7. No, this is the newest place. Okay, this is a calm area between the outer wall and the low tower. A low humming comes from the east, and a time counter comes from the book. A destroyed doorway opens into a dark room in the base of a guard tower. We can go into the dark opening. Oops. So here. feel like that goes into the area between the outer wall and the low tower. So that's right here. Okay. Dilapidated building to the east. Let's go ahead and see where that brings us. I should probably be keeping track of where I've been in the past so that I don't repeat myself, but where's the fun in that? I like that it has a great big congratulations on the screen for me. Check a turn box in the timekeeping portion of the character sheet. This is the gloomy, dusty remains of the new hall of Halthrag Keep. The furnishings have been ransacked and set afire long ago, and the roof is pockmarked with ominous holes. You hear the flitting and buzzing of winged things as they zoom past the rents in the ceiling. The eastern side of the building is collapsed. So we can search for space rocks every time we roll a 1 or a 6 on the space rock check, then we get to fight a buzz drone. So let's go ahead and increase the time counter by 1 and roll this here die. So I want a 2 to a 5. That is a 1. So not only is that not enough space rocks to make us happy, that is a buggy thing that we need to deal with. So, buzz drone. Okay, reset everything. Reroll the initiative. And Marty. Marty is going to go ahead and fight the buzz drone first. This is our chisel guy who did so well last time. Will he do well again? That is a yes. Okay, so that buzz drone is no more. That was easy. Let's go ahead and do one more count. Try and get another handful. Thank you. So we now have 6 pieces of space rock. That is a good start. 36 is the cawing of crows. That's why I thought I remembered that part. Okay, so I can go back to the southern intersection, or I can scramble east into the yard. Scrambling east sounds like a great plan. That's New Hall. That puts us right next to the ruined tower. Which, if that's not where you want to be, you shouldn't have gone there. Okay. Check a turn box on the timekeeping portion of the character sheet. 37. We have light. This is the cramped inner resource of the southeastern guard tower. A funk hangs in the air here. So I can go up the ladder and out the hatch. It says back, but that's not actually how we came in. Southeastern guard tower. Does it mean that one? Does it mean that one? I don't know. Let's go upstairs and figure it out. Up the ladder, out the hatch. This is the top of the easternmost guard tower on the southern wall of the keep. A rotted wooden hatch hangs precariously over yawning darkness down below. Okay, so now that I know where I am, let's not be here because this is where the someone, I'm not saying it absolutely was the bandits who are supposed to be helping us help them. Uh, but I'm fairly certain with their arquebuses and many people dying. Okay, 29. Check another time counter box. 39 it is. You have come to the base of the crumbling wreck known as the Shattered Tower. Roll a 1d4 and subtract 1. You encounter that many buzz drones. Throw those onto the character sheet for entertainment purposes. Okay. These are the small larval types that will attach to dead bodies and create zomborgs. There are no zomborgs here yet. But you hear the wailing and scrabbling of dead things to the north, where fallen rubble litters the courtyard. Pieces of strange machines, connected by metallic ropes, are strewn haphazardly around the base of the tower, and a yawning hole dips into the earth where the tower once stood. The uncanny metallic wires lead from the machines down into the hole. Step 1, fight the buzz drones. If someone dies, then they become a Zomborg but wander off, so that's great. Okay, we're at the top of the round. We're at Marty. Marty is going to go for the closest buzz drone. He, of course, is going to use his now infamous chisel. And he is going to hit. Beautiful. One less buzz drone. That takes us to Chevy. Chevy. The Fletcher is quite strong and good with the dagger. So let's see how he does. He does very good as well. So damage exceeds hit points by 2. Status dying, as we like from our buzz drones. Okay, so with those taken care of, we can head back to the southern wall. We can go into the courtyard where we hear all the groanings, or we can do what we failed to do last time we were here. Since I have 6 people, let's go ahead and go into the hole. The hole. Check a turn box. I'm guessing. The strange metallic ropes plunge from outside into this hole in thick, sticky masses. They dip down into a pool of dimly lit water overarched by the stone foundation of the keep. You can see the sick blue glow of the space rock shimmering at the bottom of the pool in the distance. If you want to go any further into this crater, you'll need to drop all your armor and any burning lights here and swim for it. Okay. So let's take a look. So, no burning torches, no armor. Marty has leather gloves. Are those actually counting as armor? Nope, that's just some random ass crap that they have. See. The lodestone, powdered wig, telescopes. Okay, so nobody actually is wearing any kind of armor. So who, if anyone, would actually be used to swimming? None of them. Stamina bonuses. They're all going to hold their breath. If no, I think I should just go ahead and go back the way I came, which is tragic. Um, but we should have some adventure regardless because we're headed north into the rubble-filled courtyard. 111. Eddies of dust and faint, incomprehensible whispers accompany moaning and the sounds of dead men clawing their way out from underneath blocks of stone and charred wood. A twisted portcullis stacked with stone and blocks leads west of the inner ward, and you espy a wide breach through the north wall that looks to lead to freedom. Also, the postern gatehouse looms ominously to the east. Every time you enter here, you will be faced with the Zomborg. Um, Interestingly, I'm not being told to do a time check, which seems wrong. But who am I to disobey the lack of listing? So, the Zomborg will always go last. Let's go ahead and refresh the initiatives, and then so Ellis versus Zomborg. This is our trowel carrying Smarty Pants. And the Zomborg is already dead. So no problems there. Okay. So we can go out the breach of the north wall. We can go west into the inner ward. We can go southeast to a gloomy looking guard tower, back to the shattered tower, or into the postern gatehouse. Let's go ahead and see what is interesting in that gatehouse. 44 is our next location. 44. Time. The disheveled and tottering postern gatehouse lies before you. You see that a passage that passes under. You see a passage that passes under a row of murder holes, then out through a portcullis and over a drawbridge. This lies to the east. Through the dusty haze, you can see that the upper floor of Gatehouse is inaccessible to you, But you can pick your way to a downward staircase under a partially destroyed round cove set into the floor. This leads to the dungeon. You can make for the eastern exit, or you can do the stupid thing. Stupid thing, stupid thing, stupid thing. 93. Die, weirdly enough. Check up the turn box. This gloomy landing is essentially an area where a jailer manages charges. We are back where we were before, and that is awesome for everyone. Roll a 20 for a wandering encounter. Um, 10. It's another imp. Okay. Not extremely threatening, but let's go ahead and take it with all seriousness. Okay, Harry. Harry has the opportunity to take out the imp first. Harry is a wig maker or a hairdresser, and therefore has a shaving knife, which he swings at the imp and misses. That gives the imp his chance. Safe to assume that Harry is now closest to him. So he swings with his little claws and does a miss. Chevy's turn. Chevy has his knife. But again, no idea how to use it. Ty will have his try. Unexcitingly, another knife, and even less excitingly, a miss. Ellis with his trowel also misses. Marty with his chisel is once again the hero of the hour, and almost the hero, mostly the hero, because the imp has survived with 1 hit point. Which means Tyler can go ahead and try and finish it off. If Marty can do well, surely Tyler with his big freaking rock can do equally well. So let's go ahead and see. Nope, he cannot. Okay. Well, that brings us to the top of the round, and Harry gets another go with his knife, which is embarrassing. Now we have everyone around us, so the imp can lash out at whoever he wants to, and that would line up with Chevy here. Slashing with the claws, hitting the Chevy. He does 1 tiny point of damage, which is not enough to take Chevy down. Chevy retaliates, of course, with his knife, retaliating extremely poorly. Another dagger attack from Ty, who just barely misses, if I'm remembering correctly. Ellis stabs with his trowel for nothing. Marty and his chisel. Oh, this is not the time when Marty will wow us again. And poor overloaded Tyler will stab with his shears and miss because of his low strength. Back to the top, Harry gets another chance to strut his stuff, but does not strut enough. The imp, um, let's see. The imp is going to change his target to Harry, which does seem fair under the circumstances. Unfortunately, it is a hit, and poor Harry has been decoiffed because he no longer has his head. So, have to remember that Harry can be looted later. Chevy! One of the stronger people, but it only counts if you hit. Tie! Tie has tripped. You may recover with a DC 10 reflex save. Otherwise, you're gonna be prone. Reflex is bad, but he managed to keep himself off the floor. Ellis with his trowel. Not impressing anyone. Marty returns with the chisel of certain death. And that was actually correct. So, congratulations, Marty. The imp is now dead. Now, previously, the imp 10. Wait, that's not what I read. An imp 36 is the page where I get his information. Treasures 2. So, treasure number 1. 61. That is a walking stick. The silver head carved into the shape of a growling wolf, which can be used as a 1d4 damage. I'm going to say they're trying to say staff there. Let's go ahead and add that. Type of weapon. Walking stick. Let's see. The silver head of this walking stick is carved into the shape of a growling wolf. Subtype. Do we have subtypes? Melee, yes. Melee. Damage is 1d4. Damage is 1d4. That's good enough to put it into the list of things what we have picked up. And we can roll our second treasure. 48. 48, 48, 48, 88. A single gauntlet of troll strength raises strength by 3 points to a maximum of 14, although it does damage initiative rolls by 3. You're supposed to have 2 of them. Okay. Single gauntlet of troll's strength. This is armor, although it doesn't do much. Bonus, armor class bonus. check penalty. Okay, so +3 strength. Maximum 14. -3 initiative. So who could use a little extra strength? Well, that would be a lot of people. Tyler currently has a negative strength. He's already running into some problems from some other stuff, so why don't we go ahead and give him that? And he's got it equipped. So, strength. Strength is going to have, don't want damage. Um, hmm. Please stand by while I try to figure out the differences between this game and what I'm used to. I guess we'll go ahead and give him 1, 2, 3. And initiative is currently -3. Nope. You were supposed to be on 11. Abilities. Where does initiative come from? Because if I can't find it out really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and give up. Ooh, there you are. 23. Okay. And good times were had by all. 93 is where we left off. So, this is where people died before, which means there is so much loot right now. Okay. So, right off the bat, poor Harry the Coiffeur here. I'm not absolutely positive that anyone is going to be overly thrilled by his powdered wig collection, but we might as well go ahead and mark it. Check this. Okay. So now Harry may be removed from the party and then kicked out of existence. Sorry, Harry. Okay. Cleo. I didn't mean to click on that, but okay. Inventory. Oh, this was the hand crossbow, a lovely item that I'm sure someone would like to take advantage of. A knife, a lantern, and a telescope, and 30 more copper pieces. So now Cleo can be removed. Who else? Buck. Buck. Inventory. You had a shield and a cuirass and some rope and a knife and a little bit of treasure. And now you're gone. And finally, I had poor Sandy. Sandy was a food cart vendor. Sandy had so many interesting items, including a jar of leeches, which that probably isn't going to go over quite as well. But let's see what we've got here. And 43 copper. Boink. The character page, and Sandy is removed. Okay, so let's see here. We have a shield. Who has the worst armor class of the group? That is a tie between Ty and Chevy. I didn't mean for that to be a pun, but a tie is still kind of funny. Okay, so let's go ahead and give the shield to Ty, and I briefly forgot that I had a Ty and a Tyler. Okay, so there's some armor being given to Ty and Tyler. I also have a helmet. I feel like Marty, the lucky wielder of the chisel of power, should go ahead and get the nope, not the rope, the helmet. And past that, I don't think anyone cares. So go ahead and move some stuff around, and then share out some gold. Um. So yeah, now we've got some much higher armor classes going on. Okay. Um. Empty water bottles and crates. That note. Marked hardtack and mutton jerky lie in an alcove to the east, but they have been emptied long ago. And we have discussed the existence of the toy soldiers. There might be well, Marty found a hobby horse, which is a club. Um, I feel like no one wants that, but I feel like I should go ahead and add it to the inventory for the sake of just in case. So this is old hobby horse. This is a weapon. It has a damage of 1d6. The horse is badly painted and somewhat eerie. And that can go into the inventory. Now, is the chisel... Oh no, the penalty to the chisel is actually just because of the chisel just not being that good a mace. So let's go ahead and give that hobby horse to Marty. Not Marty? That's Marty. Okay, old hobby horse. That will take away that little penalty that he's been having lately. So we can go back up the stairs, we can go to the cells, or we can go southeast. I like the question mark. Southeast? Southeast, it is 33. Now you know what the smell was from. A tawny form is curled up on a bed of straw here, and a pair of tattered leather wings move ever so gently when you enter the room. The northeastern wall of the square room has fallen away, exposing a portion of the cliff outside. Below, the river churns idly towards the ocean far to the south. Known in the East as the Shadow, sleeps here. He is mad with grief and burning with fever. His life mate was killed by a party of adventurers on the plains between Helix and Helborine recently, undoing years of fruitful marauding and destroying the tribe of hobgoblins that they ruled together unchallenged. He is balefully blinded in one eye, but luckily he appears asleep. Your heart beats faster, hopefully not too loudly, as you observe his mangy fur and his tattered mane. The spikes of his tail glitter in the dim light of this place. You become aware that the shadow is not asleep, but rather awake and watching you. Greetings, ape thing. Long am I hungered for flesh that walks to me, and you have arrived just in time. You smell pressed and worried, and your fear delights me. What have you brought to offer me for repast this hour before I devour thee? I can offer all my treasures, equipment, and money, so I can flee into the valley below. I don't have Bill's floppy hat and Enoch's tattered poncho. That's interesting. Or I could attack him. Um, there's 5 of us and 1 of him. What's the worst that can happen? That was a great question. Interestingly, the shadow knows your intent before your mind is even settled about it. Your hand quivers nervously over the hilt of your weapon. Your heart rate increases, and he can smell the surge of adrenaline that signals you are about to attack. Even with his one ruined eye, he sees well enough that it may have been better for you to send him a letter explaining your actions. Before your weapon is drawn, he begins to laugh and purr good naturedly. Not quite the coward you appear, eh, ape thing? You are quite dead before you realize what he means by this, and your savage body speeds his recovery a bit. The end. Okay, so that was not the right choice. We are not going to be defeating him. Given the situation, let's go back a little bit. Where is okay? No, that's the wrong. That's the wrong back. 129. Okay. So since we're already dead anyway, let's hypothetically see what happens if we kill Bill and Enoch. Let me rephrase that. If we try to kill Bill and Enoch, Bill laughs out loud. I knew it, Enoch. This'd rather die than go in. Must know what awaits inside. Do me a favor, would you? If I don't knock this biter out in a couple of passes, shoot it, would you? Enoch takes 2 steps back and levels his crossbow at you, but does not fire. Every turn that you fight Bill, Enoch will take a shot at you with the crossbow. He's a crack shot too. Although they are scum, they're a bit tougher than the peasants they usually prey upon. So I'm going to quickly, hopefully, throw up a monster list for them. So this is going to be Butcher Bill. Butcher Bill has an initiative of -2. Brass Knuckles plus 1 melee, 1d4. Armor class is 8. He has a high fortitude, high reflex, and low willpower. Armor class 8, 4 hit points. No, that says 5. And everything is that's all good enough. So Butcher Bill, go ahead and join the party. And add his buddy Enoch. One-eyed Enoch. Initiative +1. Attacks rickety crossbow +2 ranged. 1d6. Armor class of 12. Hit points are a tragic 2. Fortitude -1. Reflex +5. Willpower -2. Okay. And add that. Let's get you some better pictures. Okay, Butcher. Go ahead and grab random archer. Some of these things seem way too nice for one-eyed Enoch. So and Butcher Bill. Let's see. Brute is an option. Alien Brute is not quite what I was looking for. Orc Brute, oh, why not? Okay. So see how we're doing here. Perfect. Okay, Ellis is going to go ahead and start off. Butcher Bill is the only person he can attack, despite there being a second target. He does his little trowel attack. And he does manage to hit, which means that he is at heavy. There we go. One-eyed Enoch is going to go ahead and try and avenge his friend. But loses his crossbow. Okay. Well, that has changed the odds quite a bit. Oh, no, he was going to use his hobby horse. But a 4 wouldn't have hit either way. Chevy is next on the list. He does manage to hit Butcher Bill, which leads them running. So that means that hypothetically, instead of dying, they could have fled into the woods and tried for Marborg. You showed those two jackal thugs a lesson they will not soon forget. However, a hue and cry goes up as you stand there gloating, and a decision is made. You must run. Okay, let's see. We are going to see who would be able to make, that is not the right page. Stamina checks. So Chevy, we're looking for 14s here. Fail. Success. Fail. Fail. And fail. So except for Ellis, $43. You run. Run harder than you ever have run until your lungs burn as acid and your legs feel as if they are lead. Crossbow bolts and arrows zip past you in the hot afternoon sun, and the occasional harvest round booms out and crashes off tree trunks to your left and right. Strangled cries and shouts and guttural foreign tongues assault your ears from every direction. The forest is alive with sounds of pursuit. Suddenly, growling, baying, and the weird keening of what might be actual jackals assaults you. You never saw or heard any animals during your time at the wooden stockade. Startled, you turn to look over your shoulders and see a great pack of furry, slavering hares streaking through the woods to overtake you. They cackle menacingly, and you do not see the fallen log over which you trip. You are torn to pieces without so much as a stifled cry. So, they were in fact jackals. Very interesting. And that leads to our one survivor, Ellis. Pretty much the same thing. You come to a river and dive in and are deposited rudely some miles downstream. Bruised, battered, and half drowned, you crawl weakly up the muddy bank. A little ways off, you can see what must be the run-down town of Marborg. There are no other towns or cities within leagues of this place. You stand up, wobbly from your trip down the river, and make your way towards the town. Perhaps you can gather some lawful citizens to your cause and rescue the victims still held by the jackals, or else you can forget any of this occurred and simply made your way to the bequeathment or start over in Marborg and leave your old life behind. You are penniless and lost all your items in the water and somewhat at a loss as to what to do next. 24 pairs of gleaming eyes watch you from the far bank, stumbling towards the town, unwitting and relieved. And they get 4 experience points, plus whatever they got for killing the other guys. So, yes, Ellis has survived. And that effectively ends the game. I think what I want to do, if nothing else than for humor purposes, and to see what all there is. Next week, I'm going to go ahead and bring in a first level character. Not one of these poor peasants who are hoping to get better. No, we're going to bring in an actual first level character and see what happens to them. And then they're actually going to go ahead and level as they gain experience, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, the Manticore will always kill us, but I think that would be interesting. But for now, we have to accept the fact that any way you look at it, everyone died to the Manticore. So, for now at least, I will wish you good night. And as always, I will see you next time. Good night.